symbolism?
My wife and I were in New York City, and I was standing in front of the Bethesda fountain there in Central Park. It's a beautiful fountain. And I get a phone call from Dean Bass, CEO of Spirit of Texas Bank, wanting to do something for his corporate headquarters. And as we kind of knocked it back and forth, I said, can I call you back tonight? And we were walking around and we went through some museums and stuff, and I called him that and I said, how about we do something nobody's ever done before? Let's do the lady off the San Jacinto battle flag. And the idea that I had was to do her at about 4 feet tall, and then have a nice fountain, and then have 2 archangels on both ends. And I gave him that idea, and he didn't sound very impressed with it. And then he called me back later and he said, let's go as big as the Texian. And I said, we can do that. And he said, let's cut out the rest of it. And I said, okay. So I went and found, I got Jose Torrio that does all my stonework. He started working on a base that looks like that you would get from the 1800s. And it's all hand carved. It's all beautifully done, white travertine. And as I did the study piece, I mentioned to Dean about how would you like to go gild it? And he couldn't recall ever seeing a gold gilded one anywhere. And I just told him, you know, just go online and look around. This was the only one in Texas if we did it. And so he decided to do it. So we got the gold from the Minetti family in Florence, Italy, whose family's been doing gold leaf since the High Renaissance, since the late 1400s. And the glue comes from France. The burnishing brushes come from Germany. It's an international affair. So we really enjoyed doing it. And from what I understand from the security guards there, people come by almost on a daily basis to look at it or take pictures. But it's 23.75 karat gold leaf. Took 43 days and nights to apply all of that gold. Well, the eternal flame was once again Dean Bass's idea, but it had to be encased in something that was unique and different. So there's a gentleman in this area that that had been building bases for me for my tabletop pieces and my maquettes, named Jose Torrio, and I took this to him, and he's a real old school kind of guy when it comes to design and how to implement that design into stone. So he went to a quarry in the Yucatan Peninsula, found a beautiful, beautiful block of white travertine, diced it all up, hand carved the Corinthian columns, and on the interior of it is an eternal flame that, interestingly enough, was lit by Sam Houston IV. So, you know, there's some pretty cool coincidences there. On the hilt of the sword are 18 stars. Now, you got to remember, this is the lady on the San Jacinto battle flag that flew over Sam Houston and his men at the Battle of San Jacinto. So once again, we've got the 18-minute battle. So on the hilt of her sword, there's 18 stars. Then, if you look at the banner, it says liberty or death, and under death, where there's 2 prongs go down, there's 9 little dots, little round dots, like Italian florins. And those represent the 9 guys that died at San Jacinto. I started working my way down, and when we did the belt, and on the back side, on the right side of her, she's facing to the left and to the sunset, but on the back right side is the ichthus. And that represents their faith pushing them, propelling them forward. And then on that belt and on the shoes and on the banner, there's 1 dot for every person that fought at the Battle of San Jacinto. So that's even the tassels. If you look under, there's dots. And nobody's crawled up there and counted all of them yet. but I hope I got them all right. Also, there's the Frisian cap, the freedom cap, that's been around since antiquity. It was a big part of a lot of freedom revolutions. It's actually on the logo of the United States Army now. Our forefathers would roll over in their graves if they knew that we had forgotten this important symbol of freedom to them. You can look at the Morgan silver dollar, and she's wearing the Frisian cap. And then on the shield, there's 2 sheaves of wheat in 1 plow, double the return on your work. And I think that's it. Texas Lady Liberty.